Trump's still adamant about his wall solving Mexican immigration, our drug problems, and crime. So let's examine this monstrosity. First off, it's been described as a wall, but even Trump has admitted that some of it may need to be a fence. Other Republicans have described it as a wall with sections that would be a, quote, wall-like fence, unquote. Still others have termed parts of it a fence-like wall. So how much is this fancy wall or wallish fence or fall or wentz actually going to cost? Well, we're talking 1,954 miles, minus 652 miles that already have barriers. Those barriers consist of wharfs and fences that cost $2.3 billion to build 15 years ago. So we're left with roughly 1,300 miles that need coverage. In June 2016, Trump estimated that his 50-foot-high concrete wall would cost $8 billion and take 2 years to build. In July, the Bernstein Research Group studied the situation in depth, concluding it would cost between $15 and $25 billion and take 7 years to erect. Trump must have thought that was fake news because in October he updated his estimate to $12 billion in 2.5 years. By February, he was claiming a $15 billion price tag and 3.5 years. We haven't even broken ground yet, and already this thing has almost doubled in price and time. Several construction experts from the states involved expressed concern about the situation due to their experience with local permits and personnel expenses. Trump's team forged ahead, confident in their aims and buoyed by the energetic response of their supporters for what a bold leader is capable of doing with a patriotic focus and a fistful of power. Let's review one example of what happens when the federal government decides to work with state and city officials to pull off such a monumental task. The Central Artery/Tunnel Project in Boston, Massachusetts. Its unofficial title was The Big Dig, and it involved tearing down the ancient expressway in downtown Boston, replacing it with an underground tunnel system and, above it, a cityscape of grass and parkland crisscrossed with updated city streets. It was one of the last deals worked out between Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill, joining federal money and altruism with state necessities and local expertise to prove they could all solve one of America's growing issues, failing infrastructure. It would ultimately combine a tunnel named after the iconic baseball and military hero Ted Williams with one named for Tip O'Neill himself, plus a greenway dedicated to former First Mom, Rose Kennedy. It would be the biggest and most expensive federal road construction project in the history of the United States, scheduled to take 7 years at a cost of $2.8 billion. And guess what? They did it. They built the modern equivalent of the Roman aqueducts, and not only did it reduce traffic, it made the downtown area a beautiful and much more accessible place. It made international news and attracted unlimited media attention. It made Boston synonymous with federal solutions for state and city issues. And it only took 17 years and $22 billion.